Hi, guys. We're going to give you just a couple of minutes to let everybody get in here. We've got lots of attendees that are filing in right now, so hold tight. We'll be back in about 30 seconds. Wow, lots of people coming in. Diane, this is going to be good. I'm excited.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
am I.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys for attending this webinar. My name is Tanya Gentry. I'm the Chief Sales Officer at Big Red Media, MSP Success, and we are thrilled to have you guys here. Even more thrilled to have one of our top vendors with us, AnswerConnect. We've got Diane Coleman, who is a Senior Account Manager and Executive with AnswerConnect. Diane, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me today. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, so before I turn everything over to her, let's do some quick housekeeping items for everybody here. First of all, yes, this will be recorded. And even more so than that, you will get a call script on answering phones that we will be sending out with the recording when you get it. It should be by tomorrow, so you guys should have that coming in. And so yes, it's recorded. Also too, you're going to have lots of cool questions and lots of questions. I think about this every time we do anything with AnswerConnect. People are like, yes, please, like, let me, can I ask this? Can I, know that? Save those questions, put them in the Q&A. I will moderate as soon as Diane's done with her presentation. We'll start answering those for you and get you started. So without further ado, I'm going to turn this over. Diane, it's all yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And thank you for having me. I'm excited. I am going to go ahead right now and I will share my screen. I'll go through everything with you all. And again, at the end, any questions, I am happy to answer for you all. Okay? And just let me know if
Yep.
you can see my screen.
Thumbs up.
Awesome. Thank you
Yes.
so much. Perfect. So again, thank you for being here. I am Diane Coleman with AnswerConnect. I'm a senior account executive and I'm going to get started. So what we're going to talk about today is the value of missed calls and missed revenue and how to unlock your MSP's growth potential. So what we'll talk about today is the value and the cost of a missed call, how the impact of call handling affects your business, how to answer professionally, our tried and tested script example, a testimonial, how we work, and the financial benefit for your MSP. And again, at the end, any questions, we'll address them at the end. So I am going to start out with a poll, and I think we'll talk about this at the end as well. When reaching out to a business for the first time, if you've reached voicemail, would you try calling back again later?
Yeah, we're getting lots of answers for you, Diane. I'm seeing the polls come in.
Awesome. Very good. And again, we will definitely touch on that at the end, what we have as far as the results. But just to let you all know, a study by Superforce found that 90% of customers consider an instant response to be crucial or very important when they need customer service assistance. The same study reports that 46% of customers expect a response within 4 hours. So if you're not getting back to callers fast, they're likely to be unsatisfied and or take their business to your competitors. Okay? 85% of missed callers will not call back. I know I'm one of them. Okay? And that is a source from Vonage. What is the real cost of a missed call? Businesses lose up to 1.6 million in annual revenue by missing an average of 30% of inbound calls. And this is potential new clients. How much is a new client worth to your business? What is the value of a potential missed call? Lost business. Missing existing client calls could result in decreased customer satisfaction. I'm going to touch on this right from the beginning. I work with a lot of MSPs. A lot of MSPs will reach out to me. I'll go over everything with them, tell them about how we can help them with their business, how we support you. We're here to just get those calls that you might miss. Okay. They'll reach out to me. I'll go over everything. Okay, great. I'll definitely be looking into this soon. So many MSPs could be a 1-man or a 2-man band, or it could be a larger MSP. And here's what happens. So I go over everything with them. Okay, great. You know what? I'll touch base with you in a month or two. Okay. If that's your time frame, great. What happens? They'll reach out to me. One morning, I'll get an email, I'll get a phone call. Diane, I need to set up service immediately. Okay, sure. I'm happy to help. We had one of our clients call in with a really high priority call with an issue, and it went to voicemail. And that client is not happy. So they do not want that to happen again, right? So that's why we're here. We're here to help you with those calls that would potentially go to voicemail. The impact of poor call handling. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch on this a little bit more after this and the next slide. But providing a great caller experience is a skill. A bad call experience can give a negative impact on overall client satisfaction, right? Acquiring a new customer can cost up to 5 times as much as retaining an existing customer. So your existing customers are a priority. Prioritize those emergency calls so your clients feel supported. I can't stress that enough, as I mentioned on the previous slide. Level up your caller experience. Practical tips on how to answer the phone. A professional greeting. Make a great first impression. Capture and verify caller details. Understand the caller's needs. Active listening. Be as helpful as you can. Get a commitment, establish next steps, and thank the caller and conclude the call. I'm going to go into this a little bit more. So here are my favorite top 5 for effectively answering your business phone. Have a script, post a script, learn a script. Not everyone on your team has the gift of gab. So having a script to follow when answering a phone call is crucial. That's how we are. We're script driven. Following a script will ensure that you capture all the information needed and keep the call on track. Greeting. Always greet your caller with gratitude and offer assistance. Thank you for calling. How may I help you? There are a lot of companies out there, and the caller chose your company. Let them know that you're grateful. Confirmation. This is so important. Repeat the important information back to the caller to ensure accuracy and demonstrate that you're actively engaged in the conversation. Be courteous. This is important as well, very important. Maintain a courteous and patient attitude, even if the caller is frustrated or upset. Remaining calm, professional, contributes to a positive customer experience. Please, thank you, I'm sorry. They go a long way. This is something that I learned years ago that I wanted to point out as well. A professional tone. Now, this is, I use this a lot in outbound calling as well. But for inbound calling, those potential clients or existing clients can hear a smile. If you look grumpy, you're going to sound grumpy. I learned this back in the 80s, back in the mid 80s. Have a mirror. Have a mirror on your workstation, just so you can see what you look like when you're answering a call. Answer with a smile once again, and maintain a professional, friendly tone. Super important. Okay. Here is a video. I will talk through this. There is no sound. This is a sample script or tried and tested script. This is going to be the sales portion. So if this is a potential new client calling in, the information that we gather. This is a sample. Thank you for calling Acme. How may I help you? We ask who's calling, gather the name, their contact information, the phone number. I'm going to stop this real quick. Okay. We've gathered their name up above. We verify, we read the number back, telephone number, email address. Usually after we say the answer phrase for your business or a business, the caller will let us know why they're calling. But if they don't, we will ask, are you interested in our services or an existing client needing support? So again, this video, we're just going to show interested in service. Now, once I click play again, two things that we can do for you. If it's during business hours, this call came into us, we can do two things. We can transfer that caller over to your sales team, somebody that can take that call. And or if somebody is not available, we can go ahead and schedule an appointment or get a best time to return the call. Okay. I've actually done a number of MSPs where if they're not busy, we'll schedule an appointment for a call back. Okay. So just to finish, gather that email information, read it back, verify it. Interested in service? How'd you hear about us? That's great for your return on investment. What marketing is working for you? Okay. We've gone ahead. In this case, we've transferred the call. Okay. Let me see if I can just open this up real quick because I want to show the end. Again, we've gathered name, telephone number. It's real quick. Once we've transferred the call, we're going to send the message over to you all. Messages can be sent over to you all via text, email, desktop portal, and mobile app. Even if we transferred the call over, we're still going to send that message. Okay? Done. Okay. I'm going to move on to the next video. Here it is. This is going to show the support end call type. Again, thank you for calling Acme. How may I help you? Gathering the information, name, telephone number, email address. This is going to be a support call. In these support calls, I'm going to stop right here. In these support calls, we will usually have two different bullets here. Is it a high priority issue or low priority issue? Low priority, we'll go ahead, gather the details, name of your company, what the issue is, the name of the company that the person is calling from, what the issue is, gather the information, send that through to you all. Again, this scenario is going to be high priority. This is when we would actually reach out to whoever your on-call is. Okay, so I'll go ahead and I'll press that again for you so you can see that. Is this affecting more than one user? That's usually one of the good questions. Yes, it is. So we know we're going to transfer to your on-call. Was that call transferred? Yes, we send that message through. Okay. Again, any questions on this? We can address this at the end. I'm going to stop this here. The next video I'm going to show is going to have sound, and this is from one of our clients. Okay, one of our existing clients.
AnswerConnect has absolutely made my business grow. There's no question. The ability to have someone answer the phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week has just been huge for my business. I can be in the middle of a meeting, see a call come in, and I'm not stressed because I know it's going to get answered and it's going to get answered appropriately.
Sorry about that. Okay, how it works. So our virtual receptionists are an extension of your business. They use your script, and we can, just so you all know, we can customize the script for you. That's a basic template we have that, again, is tried and tested and works well, right? But we can always add other call types. We can adjust the verbiage, all of that on the script for you. So our agents use your script, speak your language, and understand your business goals. Tell us about your business. Well, we know that most or all of you are MSPs. We'll go ahead, build that script for you, get you onboarded. You start forwarding your calls. Your calls come to us via call forwarding. So your calls can be all completely forward over to us, where all calls come to us. You have control over this as well. Or you can use us as rollover, which a lot of MSPs will do as well. Meaning, let the phone ring to you all first. If you're busy and cannot pick up, rather than that call going to voicemail, it rolls over to us and we field it live for you. One thing I do want to add, 98, 99% of our calls are answered between the first and fourth ring, live, 24/7, 365 nights, weekends, and holidays. The reason for that variation is, how do you have those calls forwarded to us? Are they coming to us directly or using us as rollover? Okay.
So, Diane, let me ask you on that piece of it, just out of curiosity, that because that's
Absolutely.
amazing. So if I say I've got a receptionist and I let it ring twice here in TMT corporate,
Mhm.
but after that, it can roll directly to you guys. Would it be answered then in the next couple, or how does that?
It's you, if it depends on how many rings do you have. You control that on your end. And
Awesome.
this is what I tell MSPs. You don't want your phone ringing 4 times, because then now it's going to come to us. We're going to get it on the 5th or 6th ring,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So it's really good to do potentially 2 to 3 rings. And then if you're not available, let it come to us.
That's great.
Okay.
Great.
Excellent. And then once we handle a call for you, no matter what transpires on that call, you're going to go ahead and get those instant notifications. Those messages are sent as soon as we end that call and hit send. They're sent to you via text to more than one phone number, can be done. Emailed, can be emailed to more than one email address. You'll have a desktop portal that you can log into to see your messages there, as well as an app on your phone. That's all included in the plan and pricing. Okay? Again, key features. We're here to capture every potential new customer, every lead, and your existing clients' calls. No voicemails, no bots. We pledge people, not bots. We have humans answering the phones for you 24/7, 365. If you have existing clients that call in and they've called in more than once, we're going to have their information so that if they're calling in from the same number, I can say as an agent, oh, hi, after I answer with the answer phrase, is this Jim? So we know your callers. We recognize your return callers, and it's more personalized, right? So we'll just say, okay, great. Jim, is this a good contact number for you? Because we'll have that. Is this a good email address? Great. And then we take the call from there. Stay connected anywhere. Take your business anywhere with you with that secure mobile app. So if you're on, I was thinking about this earlier. If you run out of the office, you're a one man or two man band, right? And the calls come into us and you're at Starbucks getting a cup of coffee. You can see that message come through on your mobile app. You'll see, oh, AnswerConnect just took a call for me and all the details. Okay. CRM integration. I'm going to touch on this one as well. A lot of our MSPs, now there could be more CRMs that you all integrate with. I know ConnectWise is a big one, and Autotask. We usually will set up CRM integrations for clients via Zapier, okay? But of course, you all are MSPs, and you know this better than me because I am not technical. This is something that you all can set up with us. Again, our client account manager can do it for you during onboarding, but it's something that you can do again via Zapier. So that when a client calls in, an existing client calls in, and they're calling in, Jim is calling in from ABC company. He's calling in. We gathered all his information. It's a low priority issue, but he's got an existing ticket number on it, right? We'll get the existing ticket number. So that way we take the message, that Jim's calling in again regarding this ticket, and you can follow up with him. And that information has now been pushed into ConnectWise, and it's there for you. I'm just using that as an example. But we can do that. It's seamless. It makes it easy for you. One other thing I did want to add, I've had a few MSPs. Now, forgive me a little bit. It's called an email parser, which I'm sure you all are familiar with or may be familiar with. When we send a message through to you all, if it goes to a specific email address that you all have set up, that I am told as well would go into your CRM if it's not ConnectWise Autotask, one of them. Just want to touch a little bit on that. More key features. We're here 24/7, 365, nights, weekends, and holidays to help you with your calls. You need a break during the holidays, we're here to support you. We're affordable, again, around the clock. It's a fraction of a cost of hiring somebody. Maximize your marketing on potential new clients. We're here to capture every lead and customer call. In your desktop portal, you can view all your messages, your billing, your reports. You can see how many calls in real time we've taken for you. average duration of each call, total minutes used, all of that. Setup is simple. Again, customized for you and your business. Way, once you have that onboarding appointment, you're good to go. You can hit the ground running with us. Scalable service. This is important as well. I just want to touch on this a little bit. You can always start with one plan and you can always adjust. You're never locked into a plan with us. You can move up or down in plan structure. Okay? Here is a screenshot of our desktop portal messages section and what a message looks like in our mobile app. Again, this keeps you connected and helps you stay on track. If you have call recording turned on with us, which is included in our plans and pricing as well, you can actually listen to the call that we've taken for you all in the mobile app and the desktop portal. So again, if you're sitting in that drive-through at Starbucks or wherever getting a cup of coffee, call comes through, you can actually listen to it. Okay? This is good. I'm going to go over this pretty much in detail. The cost of 24/7 support. We can go through it. In-house receptionists versus AnswerConnect 24-hour receptionists for you. In-house receptionist, fixed hours, limited flexibility. No coverage on 6 days. Added cost of employee benefits. Time-consuming and expensive training. And the average salary in the U.S. is $3,355 per month. I'd like to add one more thing here that's not here, is the taxes. Okay? AnswerConnect, we're here 24/7, 365 coverage, even on holidays. We not only do we offer the live call answering support for you, but we do have 24/7 web chat as well. So if somebody goes to your website for whatever reason, potential client, an existing client, we can go ahead and we can have chat. We can do live chat for you. Again, this is a live human, not a bot. We also offer the chat that you could seek out on the website or proactive chat, the box that pops up. How can we help you? Okay. Again, we have the script embedded in the chat. Highly trained customer experience experts. Calendar again for scheduling and CRM integrations. Suite of tools, tech tools and services. Customized scripting. And our plans start at $350 a month. Okay. The average annual salary of an in-house receptionist, right here, broken down. Couple of our plans. I'm going to touch on this in questions and answers as well. Okay. I am ready for any questions.
That is awesome. I again, guys, we have had AnswerConnect as one of our vendors for the last couple of years, and we get raving reviews from them. So there are some questions. Let's go here. The first one, this is from an anonymous attendee. It says, if you were smaller and clients/prospects getting voicemail is inevitable, what are you suggesting for migrating the obvious issues that come with or lack of availability?
So this is somebody that's potentially a one-man band, yes?
Yeah, yeah.
I have so many of those types of MSPs. Use us. Use us after hours. Use us as rollover. Listen, there's nobody better to handle your calls than you all. But that potential existing client or new client that calls in, we can help you. We can help you. And I will tell you, we are offering a promo that's awesome for your first month of service. Okay. For your second month of service, you're not locked into this. You can always adjust. So someone, the anonymous person that asked that question, we do offer smaller plans. Okay. So you could always adjust down. Say you only have 20 calls a month. We can help you. I can definitely help you. We
That's-
have a 50-minute plan that helps a lot of the smaller MSPs. I hope that was helpful.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. Tom Cole asked, and I think there were a couple of people that were asking on this. Do you integrate with Keep? You were talking about different CRMs. Do you have an integration with Keep with us?
Do they have an, can look real quick. Do they have an open API key?
They do. Yeah, I'm pretty
As
sure.
long
you
as
guys
they do, as long as they have an open API key, that's something that we can definitely integrate with. Because
Perfect.
that's basically just, again, I'm not the technical person, but how our client account managers do set up that integration is through Zapier. Okay. But if you all have the open API key, that's something that can be set up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another anonymous attendee was, is it possible for us to get a notification when they reach out to you immediately before you finish taking their information and forwarding the call?
That's a really good question. We can, well, here's how we don't just forward a call to you. Here's what we do. So I'm glad this question was asked. We gather the information, right? Say it's a high priority call and we need to reach out to you. When we reach out to you, our agent is going to let you know, this is Diane with your contact center. I have Jim Smith on the line. He's calling for XYZ reason, right? So you're going to know at that point, you can actually say yes or no to take that call. So we can transfer the call. If you say yes, we'll introduce them, right? And then drop off the line, send the message through. But you can also at that time, if you're busy and can't take the call, you can let us know, I'm busy. Is there any way that you can let them know I'll call back in 15 minutes? We'll go back and let the caller know. Give them that information, send that message through to you. Is that helpful?
I'm sure it is.
Good.
Another question that came up, Synchro MSP. So that's another one, like an Autotask or ConnectWise.
Yes.
You have an integration with them.
Yeah, I've definitely heard of Synchro 100%.
Awesome. Their comment more than I would say, anything else on here. It says these days, many want to get voicemail given incoming spam calls. This is a new challenge.
That is a great question. Couple things we can do. So, as far as spam calls, there are a lot of our MSPs that have an IVR system when a caller comes in, right? IVRs, that's where if you're calling for technical support, press 1, sales, press 2.
Right.
That seems to cut the spam callers down before it even comes over to us. Okay. Those generally will not make it. In addition to that, there is a place, and I wish I could show you this, but this can be shown to you during onboarding. There's a place in your desktop portal where you can actually block telephone numbers from coming to us. So that way those spam calls don't come through. Now, if there's a slick person that has called, those salespeople that get through, we can ask them outright. If they're not calling, are you calling looking for service? Well, no, I was looking to speak to the owner. Is this a sales call? Can you please take us off the list? We can do that as well. You do get 30 calls under 30 seconds free every month. Hopefully that helps.
Yeah, so that would, a couple questions that came up were those spam calls and do they go against the minutes? But that's why you guys try to get through those pretty quickly. So that doesn't.
Exactly.
affect
And the
report.
IVR, I honestly have found for so many clients, if you have that press 1, press 2, before that call comes over to us, they usually disconnect. We
Awesome.
can also, one other thing I want to add, we can hang up on recorded calls if they do come to us. Like, hi, this is Google, right? We can hang up on those.
Okay.
And that would count as one of those calls, 30 seconds or under.
Yeah. Can
Okay.
you, do you know if you guys have the ability to block calls via geographic region?
No, I don't believe so. I know it is by, that's a great question.
Yeah.
That's a really good question. I know we can block those telephone numbers in the desktop portal. I mean, is that something that you can do on your end before that call would even be forwarded to us?
Interesting. Yeah.
Mhm. They do use different numbers every time. I'm seeing that
Yeah.
question right there.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's what I usually tell clients. I'll let them know. Yeah, you can block it. It'll probably be blocked for a week until they figure it out. But again, with a lot of the MSPs, if you have that press 1, press 2, for sales or service, press this, usually they disconnect and don't even make it over to us. But those are great questions.
We did have one. Will asked, what can you touch base maybe a little bit on the cost for the lower plans?
I'm sorry, what was the question? I
What
apologize.
what is the cost for the lower minute plan?
Oh, sure.
Do you have some costs
Absolutely.
for that?
So for our 50-minute plan, it's $150 a month to have that security, especially if you're that one-man band that has a very low call volume, right?
Mhm.
That's one of them. We have a 125-minute plan, which is $275 per month. And then we have the 200-minute plan, $350, and they go up from there. But again, could always scale up or down in plan structure.
Awesome.
Auto attendant. Yes, it's called an auto attendant. Exactly. I think I'm more old school. I say the IVR, it's the auto attendant. You
Yeah.
are correct.
Awesome. Well, once you sign up, so well, I'm going to put a poll out here in just a minute, and we'll let you let us know that. Another question that came up, what are overage charges if you go over the plan? That's a good question.
That is a very good question. So I'm going to use the 300-minute plan as an example. 2 things. You don't have to pay overages. I'm going to start there. But we will send you an email when you're at 80% usage, letting you know, hi, you're at 80% usage. You might want to consider moving up in plan structure. So this is what I tell all potential clients. First of all, you're going to have that reports page in your desktop portal. I tell clients, check that once or twice a week. It's real time. You can see how many minutes you've used of your plan. Okay. You'll get that email. If you have 2 days left of your billing cycle, it's $1.85 a minute. If you have 2 weeks left, move up to the next plan and don't pay overages. And then for your next month, you can move back down in plan structure. But to move up in plan structure, you would just pay the difference between the 2 plans, if that makes sense. But that's a great question. Great question.
Another question that came in is, so do you customize plans beyond the 3 that you showed in the slides? It sounds like you do have some.
Oh, yes, absolutely. 100%. Like I said, we have the lower and then the plans go up from there. Our plans, we like to say, start at the 200-minute plan. We go all the way up to 100,000 minutes and everything in between. So yes, the answer to that.
Great. I'm not seeing any other questions. Guys, put them in here if you want. While we're waiting on that, I do want to put another poll out here. Well, here we go. We got one. Can you automatically move me to a higher plan when needed? Oh, that's interesting.
We don't do it automatically.
Okay.
We don't do it automatically, but you will have access again in your desktop portal to see your minutes used, and you can move up in plan structure right within your desktop portal, or reach out to us. Our client service team would be happy to do it for you.
Awesome. Keith just put in here, and yes, Keith, I was going to reach out to you directly. It's Keith was saying, I'm already a customer, but I set this all up before I was a Robin Robbins member. I know my call handling needs to be, needs a complete overhaul to Robinize it. If anybody that's our customer, you know that. And have it integrated with the CRM. How do I find out who my account rep is so that I can work this all out with them?
Here. And I'm sorry, what was that person's name?
It's Keith
Keith.
Walsh. Yes.
Keith, do me a favor. My contact information is right here on the screen. Reach out to me, send me a quick email. Okay. I will follow up with you. I'll find out who that is, and I will make sure that we go ahead and we'll get you set up with client services, so that way they can go ahead and make those adjustments to your script. That can be done. Please keep in mind, always going forward, if you ever need to tweak your script, make an adjustment, add somebody, you know, as an on-call, that can always be done anytime. Okay.
Great. We have someone that would like to see, and Keith said, thank you, will do.
Okay.
Can you go back to show the plans again? I know you've got lots of different plans, but I think they want to see what your plans were that you had on there.
Right here. 200, 300, 400. Best value.
And lots of things in between. Yes, another one, are these the only options or do you do custom?
As far as
The
minutes?
plans, yeah, I would
No.
assume so, yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, we have those lower, and then we have higher over here, right? 50, 75, 125, 200, 300, 400. Then they go up from there. I don't have anything in between. Okay. I think that was a question.
Yeah, I think that the two, maybe like looking at the between 250. Great. So yes, you did answer their question. All right,
Good.
guys, I keep the questions coming, but I am going to throw another poll out here. This is something we do on all of our webinars, and we'd love to know your interest for AnswerConnect. It's one way that we can make sure if you are interested in this, we get this to them very quickly. I know, Diane, yes, thank you for putting that back up, the QR code, you can scan that as well, but also let us know here. So, you know, we can get this information to you. You know, it's a quick couple of answers, and we'll make sure that anybody that is wanting to get reached out to, you will. Again, if you're ready to go, even if you're thinking about it, scan this QR code as well, and let's get that started. Or also too, you know, you can reach out to Diane. I know she had that information up there as well. Oh, we got one question that came in here. So does the per additional minute ever get less than $1.85?
No, if you've gone over on minutes, again, if you've gone over on your minutes,
Yeah.
it's $1.85 a minute. But like I tell my clients, if you're use a 300-minute plan, for example, okay? If you get that email that you're at 80% usage, right? And you're 2 weeks in to your billing cycle, move up in plan structure so you don't have to pay the overages.
Yeah.
And then if you know the next month you're not going to need that many minutes, it's a slower time, whatever the case may be, you can move back down in plan structure. So there's every way to avoid paying overages, if that makes sense.
I think he meant like I meant with higher minute plans, like 1,000 minutes. Does
Okay.
that go down? Is it economy
Okay,
scale?
that is a really good question, and I believe they go down a little bit. So again, same thing with the higher minute plans. You would definitely just want to adjust, right? If you only have 2 days left in your billing cycle, pay the overages. It's cheaper than paying the difference between the two plans. Make sense?
It does, yes.
Okay.
Any other questions out there? Again, we've put this poll out there. We'd love for you guys to fill it out if you haven't already. Any other questions that are out there? He said noted NP. No problem. We're not allowed
Good.
to say that in Robin's land.
No problem.
Yes. So anybody that works with John DeJulius knows we're not allowed to say no problem, but I do it all the time still. Any other questions while we have Diane here and she can answer them for you? Don't see anything else coming in. If it does, I will make sure I keep it open and answer it. But Diane, thank you so much for being on here today. Again, I know I've said this a couple of times here. We love AnswerConnect. They are, a very good vendor that really does help the community. It's something that, Robin does preach to all of our members of, you've got to answer your phones live. And a lot of times that's difficult.
It is.
So being able to have such a good system or a good partner to be with, like AnswerConnect that can fill a void for you in one way, shape or form. So thank you again for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, and
Happy to be
again,
here.
guys, for anybody that's on here, this will be recorded and sent out along with that call script. So I'll give everybody about 15 minutes back in their day. But again, thank you guys for attending and we'll talk soon.
Thank you.
Bye.